You
Die, you fool! You've underrated me!
I did.
You underrated me!
Why do you smell like you've been beaten? Why do you smell and look like you've been beaten by a stapler covered in cum?
What a question. Well, we're about to answer all of those weird-ass questions and more. Now that we finished Bleach DDR, Dance Dance Revolution, or Diamond Dust Rebellion, it's time to get back to the anime with the new Captain arc.
Oh.
I already had disdain for this arc when it first aired back in the day. 9 months for new Bleach content, and it literally opens up with Kirk narrator-kun going, Ichigo just defeated Grimmjow. But we'll return to that narrative at another time, guys. It's time for a different story. Why? That's just cruel.
It's fine.
Now, before we get into that, I could not find anything about Kubo being involved with this arc. Unlike the Bound arc, where he was involved to the point of approving a lot of the things going on. And it shows really badly. So yeah, at least from everything I looked up, he had no involvement in this arc.
I'm sure a lot of people didn't want to be involved in this arc.
Okay, everyone. I hope you're ready, because we're going in hard and fast, like a stapler without lubrication.
It's a very specific reason we're saying stapler.
So, the arc begins back in Soul Society, and apparently everyone's talking because the buzz is there's a new captain commanding Squad 3, or being instated to command Squad 3. And they say that 3 captains oversaw his trial and he was approved, so they at least kept continuity with that. One of these captains, Yamamoto. You find out the second one is Kenpachi? I don't think you ever find out who the third one is.
I don't know. We didn't. Kenpachi said he was only there because he was tricked.
Yeah, we can confirm Kumamura and the 2 old dudes said they weren't involved. Soifone didn't seem like she was interested, neither did Hitsugaya, so...
And
I guess that leaves Mayuri, Byakuya, or Anohana.
And I highly doubt it was Byakuya, with how this arc turns out.
Yeah, do you really think Mayuri would do it? It's probably Anohana. Mayuri doesn't seem like he gives a shit about this guy.
He doesn't give much of a shit about anything in this arc. He's just waiting in his cave where the filler cat arc.
Okay, so the new captain is voiced by Rick Zeef, despite other places trying to say it's not. We're not falling for that shit again.
His name was in the credits, so yeah, despite the fact that they have a weird thing for only crediting the voices, the voice actors, and not who they voiced. But why? I don't know.
Yeah, but no, it's definitely him. We can 100% confirm this one.
He was in the credits of every episode of this arc.
Yeah, and on top of that, all you have to do is hear his normal voice outside of this.
Yeah.
But
because for some reason they had a weird fetish for labeling it alphabetically by voice actors. So yes, that means JYB, despite the fact that he should, isn't at the top.
Well, as far as Rick Zeef's anime career, very little. He was Zaku in SD Gundam Force, which I didn't even know that was a series. Never even heard of it before.
Well, it's not G Gundam, so it doesn't matter.
And Shiba in Naruto Shippuden, for what that's worth. But he was also Spike the Dog in Tom and Jerry 2014, and Dario in Capcom's attempt at pissing people off with RE3 Remake. Apparently he's known for ADR directing a lot of shit too, I guess. And And I mean, he does okay. Oh, and the new captain's name, by the way, we should say that, is Shusuke Amagai. Yeah, we laughed every time we heard Amagai too. You're not alone.
We really shouldn't have. We heard much sillier names, but we needed something to get through the stupidity that this arc entails at points.
Oh god, we're not even through the first episode yet, and this arc is 22 eps. Alright. Let's get through this. Okay, so Izuru, of course, being the lieutenant of Squad 3, and his other squad mates are hesitant to accept a new captain. Which makes sense. After all, I mean, their last captain was Ichigo, and you all know how that went.
Did he even, but the real question is, did he even really do much as captain? He seems like one of those people who was also lazy.
Kind of, but honestly, I'll get into that when we get back to other shit he does. But yeah, so he shows up and reinstates his own third seat named Makoto.
Or instates, not
I don't want to say reinstated, you know what I mean. Yeah, voiced by Chris Smith, which, not mad at this one to be honest. Again, we've said before Chris Smith has really good vocal range. Even though he's
Wonder-wise.
Yeah, even though he's doing a voice like this the whole time, and I found it was really silly.
He's doing his voice you've heard him do 100 times before.
Some of his lines though just make him sound silly. A line delivery, which we'll get to that.
That's a problem with this arc in a lot of areas. Even the narrator suffers from it. We'll get to that too.
Okay. So anyways, I gotta say though, in stating your own third seat, the other squad mates should have been a little more mad at this. Like, what is this? I've had my eye on that position for years! And now you tell me the captain is here, just put some new guy in? But no, they don't even do that.
What an asshole!
Yeah, they're seem to be kind of cool with the third seat part. They're mostly mad about the new captain. Which, to Amagai's credit, he does say, hey, I get it. You got some guy you never met before being your captain, but I hope I could prove myself. Oh, and Izuru, not knowing how to basically tell his men to warm up to the captain, ends up getting consoled by Rangiku, who tells him, hey, why don't you have a drinking party to welcome the dude? It'll work.
It goes terribly wrong.
Yeah, apparently Amagai can't hold any of his liquor at all. Makoto even confirms he gets drunk from sake-flavored pickles. Is that even possible? I mean, I guess it is.
And much later on, we confirm he gets drunk by just the fumes of it.
Damn! Oh, and also, much like Shinsui and Ukitake, he has two Zanpakuto. For some reason.
Air quotes.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the party is cut short when all of a sudden they get a report that something is going on in the Precipice world. Hollows are showing up, and Squad 3 are sent in to investigate. Probably because Yamamoto wants to prove to the other captains, hey, Amagai's cool, alright? I know you guys doubt him and all. And Amagai's drunk, so they all have to go without him. And Izuru, of course, is still doubting himself if he can lead the squad without a captain, because, again, Ichimaru. Izuru is probably one of the few parts handled okay in this arc, to be honest.
That's probably one of the reasons why back when I watched it, I remember it not being that bad, but, man, it's only Izuru that really works a lot here.
Yeah, so when they're in the Precipice world, apparently Makoto tried putting in an order to have the restrictive current shut off so they wouldn't get swallowed up. But apparently that didn't work. And the restrictive current stays on, and they're all in danger until Amagai shows up, and he's sober-fied, and he unleashes his Zanpakuto, which, what the fuck does it even do?
It's a tuning fork, and it turns into a lightsaber something. I mean, yes, his Zanpakuto.
Yeah, so The lightsaber pushes back the restrictive current. The hollows are defeated. And why couldn't they let the restrictive current kill the hollows?
It clearly it wasn't even no, they weren't hollows. They were minnows.
Yeah, but if the restrictive current could take down even a captain or a lieutenant if they're not careful, how the fuck could a menace? Maybe I'm overthinking it.
You're trying to put a lot of logic behind a filler arc where even the production team seemed to not give a fuck.
Alright, we're getting through this, okay? Guys, we need you. We're only one episode in. So after that, Amagai earned the trust of Squad 3 and they're willing to give him a chance. Now it's time to completely ignore that because we go back to the world of the living with Ichigo and friends. Yes, really. That last episode isn't even mentioned for the next several. It's like there were two guys fighting over control of what to do with this filler section, and they're constantly playing tug of war with each other.
Hello, Mr. Stapler. Will you be my friend?
Okay, so yeah, we're in the world of the living with Ichigo. Rukia, I thought you were dying or something, or dead. Chad, Uryu, and Orihime's here too. I mean, I saw some people trying to say maybe it's when Ichigo says, "Let's go home" at the end of the last couple of episodes back with Green Zhao. He just took everyone home. That might work if it wasn't for the fact that, well, Rukia was kind of half dead, and also when we get after this filler arc, they go back to it never existing.
Oops.
But, yeah.
Yes. It's the worst kind of filler arc. Guys.
Before we get to that, I guess the one way to fix this filler arc could have been just focus on Soul Society with the characters that weren't there. It could have worked.
Yeah, so just omit, what, Renji, or not...
yeah, all they'd have to do is cut out Renji and all the Ichigo crew.
Yeah, and Hitsugaya and Rangiku.
Hitsugai and Rangiku went back to Wakamundo. They were, I mean, not back to Wakamundo. They were ordered back to Soul Society. Remember? Because that was when Yamamoto's like, "No one can help Orihime. You all are retreating to Soul Society."
I thought it was just Renji and Rukia.
No, they ordered everyone back.
Oh, because you remember, guys, Yamamoto's intelligent.
Yeah, they had everybody retreat to prep for the war. So they could have just focused on the Soul Society and made it work in like, okay, I've hired a new captain because we're going to need him for the upcoming fight. And they could have just done it that way and had this whole arc focused there. No, especially because you're going to find out the new filler character that is the primary focus is part of the Soul Society noble family, meaning she's already deeply entrenched with that shit, so you could have cut out the world of the living stuff to begin with.
Yeah, have the main clearly they were originally starting this off as the main focus being around Izuru. It shows in the moments where it's there focusing on the new captain stuff.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about this in our closing thoughts. We'll never get this done. So yeah, second episode, and Ichigo and friends are back at school, and when Rukia gets notified, there's a hollow around the area.
Or hollows.
Yeah. So her and Ichigo run towards the hollows and leave everyone else at the school land. And it pans over to 3 new characters that showed up, our filler friends. First, we have the new lolly main character of this arc, Orichio, voiced by Eden Regal. We've covered her before in Persona 5 the anime. Just Hitomi in DOA, Marie in Persona 4, Hifumi in Persona 5. I guess she's Coco now in Crash 4.
Yeah, and she's Kaede in a show you assholes need to watch. Go watch Tiger and Bunny. We'll wait till you get back.
Tiger and Bunny needs more love. But, yeah. To be honest, she does good with what she's given. She does a job playing the annoying princess type, etc. Because she's from a noble family, you know.
Really? They're so subtle about it, I had no clue.
Next, we have our two bodyguards. The first one, Kenryu, voiced by Roger Craig Smith. Doing the same voice he's doing for Shinji. And, you know, the thing is he has better vocal range. Let's listen to him as Sonic.
Or Ezio Tortellini.
But it's alright, I guess. Shinji isn't here and hasn't been for a while. As far as the other bodyguard, Enryu, well, he doesn't talk yet, but it will be worth it. You'll see.
Oh, man. I was eating during that, too.
Anyway, Mauricio's hungry, so Kenryu and Enryu run off to, I guess, find her food and make sure everything's safe, because clearly they're trying to hide out here. And that's when she wanders off on her own, or some shit, and runs into Ichigo, who's fighting Hollows.
Well, runs into air quotes. She's kind of floating in the air there, fighting Hollows.
Yeah, and that's when she goes, "Hey, Soul Reaper, I'm hungry, help me find food," and she annoys the piss out of him, because Ichigo can't go anywhere without a lolly annoying him.
Yeah, they do tend to do that.
Well, needless to say, Kenryu and Enryu show up and are like, "Mauricio, get away! There's Hollows there!" And Ichigo, we're gonna throw you to the wolves while you, handle the Hollows. We'll let them die, I guess. What?
No, they brought the Hollows with them because they were being chased by them.
Yeah. And Ichigo goes Bankai here. Is that
Wait,
overkill?
They also dogpile on Ichigo.
Yeah, he has to go Bankai. Dogpiling
I don't think he had to. They just did it to give people something, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
and it's after he goes Bankai, Mauricio, serious as shit, says, "Wait, is he a Soul Reaper? You called him a Soul Reaper 5 minutes ago, you dumb bitch!"
You hear that, guys? This is just the beginning of many not giving a fuckisms. Could you tell already? Okay, so Mauricio and friends escape while Ichigo kills off the Hollows. Uryu's here too. So is Chad and Orihime. Oh, and shockers, Mauricio and friends end up moving in next door to Ichigo's house. Because, you know, we gotta make this a sitcom too. And man, does it get really silly. So Ichigo's trying to find out who they are, and says that Mauricio bossed him around like a princess. And you get a really hilarious line from Orihime, because Ichigo's like, she just kept going on about how hungry she is. And Orihime says, "Oh, was she wearing black leather with spikes and saying to you, 'I'm the only one who's hungry'?" Does she have a whip? Yeah, and Rukia says, "You're talking about a dominatrix, Orihime." That just brings up so many questions. One, Orihime, why are you talking about a dominatrix? And two, Rukia, how do you know what a dominatrix is in Soul Society? I guess that answers anyone's questions about Soul Society. That is a very kinky place. Okay. Well, so after this, everyone's like, "Alright, well, we're gonna have to go our separate ways for now, I guess, to see what's going on here." That night, though, a ninja tries to attack Mauricio's house, and since it's next door to Ichigo's, he gets into action. And yes, we're not lying. These guys are literal ninjas. So now you can put ninjas in with Bleach. Yeah. Anyway, this guy's clearly an assassin trying to kill Mauricio for some reason, and he's wielding a Zanpakuto toe thing with a mirror at the bottom. It's a mirror, isn't it, on the hilt? Yeah. And he asked Ichigo a question, "Are mirrors more fun than television?"
I wonder if anyone's gonna get that joke. 50 points for anyone who does. But yeah, the Zanpakuto's ability is reflecting moonlight into your opponent's eyes from the mirror and dazing them. And yeah, this guy's a jobber.
He did. It was a joke, guys. He doesn't even talk. That's how. Well,
Yeah.
except for his death scream.
Yeah, when they're like, "Who are you?" "I must commit harakiri!" And then he dies.
Yeah, he's hardcore.
Yep. He ain't selling out to anyone. Oh, and also another ninja's there, and he took back the sword, the mirror sword or whatever, and then fucks off. And yeah, might be doing events a little out of order here, but I know at one point, like the next day around this time, Rukia and friends show up at Ichigo's school as transfer students too. And that's literally how an episode cliffhanger is too.
Yes, that was really an episode zinger. We're not shitting you. We're not making
how
this up.
cliche! Living next door, drama with Ichigo and this new female character, transfer student. Someone was really watching some rom-coms around this time.
You guys weren't even fucking trying.
I mean, you get some hilarious moments where Keigo tries making a comment to Arichio, and Kenryu's like, "I will not allow fraternizing with the princess." And Keigo's like, "What? No, I wasn't!" And he gets the hell beaten out of him. Like Keigo usually does. Poor Yosuke
does what Yosuke does.
Oh yeah, Arichio's a princess. You hear Kenryu go on about that the whole time.
They're real subtle about it.
And yeah, it's around this point you find out a little bit about Arichio. Because more assassins are being sent after her, and basically Kenryu explains the situation. Arichio is part of the Kasumi family, a noble family that is almost on par with the four great families of Soul Society. You know, Kuchikis and stuff.
But they're fillers, so they don't matter.
Yeah. Oh, and Kenryu's like, Rukia Kuchiki! And then he bows to her some shit. Apparently, you find out that someone in the Kasumi family wants to kill Arichio to inherit the family legacy for themselves so they can take over. And this person's name is Kamui. We're gonna call him Cummies, though, because it's funny as hell.
But that was a person? I thought that was a gorilla.
Yeah, it's Cummies the Cum Monkey. That is his canon name. And he's voiced by Kirk Thornton, doing his old man voice. The narrator has betrayed us.
Yeah, he became a gorilla. He's trying to just take over the world.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's trying to send death ninjas after her.
Oh, the generic plan.
Yep. His first attempt is him sending a ninja after him, or after Ichigo and friends, with the mirror blade that he gives them. And this ninja we nicknamed Scarface, because he's got a scar on his face, and I don't give a shit to remember his name, really. And he's voiced by Tony Oliver.
Yes, really.
At least he's doing a different voice than Ukiura, and Rio, that's his name, from the Bound Arc. I told you I remember his name. Shenmue and Art of Fighting. It's the only reason.
I see.
Exactly. And he brings a bunch of no-name ninjas with him, and yeah. The no-name ninjas are taking on Uryu and Chad, while Ichigo takes on Scarface here, who's going to be his rival for a little bit.
The OP animation, I shit you not, makes it seem like he's gonna be a bigger deal than he actually is.
Maybe he should have been, actually. That's the sad part. He's edgy. He's edgy in the stupid way, too. Oh, and it's here we find out that, he's not using a Zanpakuto. He's using a Bakoto. That's what these ninjas use. And Bakoto's...
make a drinking game out of this.
Yeah, Bakoto's basically... steal your own spiritual energy, and depending on how powerful your spiritual pressure is, the stronger the weapon is.
Soul Edge?
Yeah, that's basically it. It is Soul Edge. Which means if
Except
Kenpachi got a hold of one of these, well, you already know.
They also don't have a hilt. Instead, it has tentacles.
Yeah, it's a hentai monster. Okay,
It
so
really is.
Ichigo has round one with Scarface here, and he gets trapped in the mirror and can't move. And yeah, that's when he starts powering up his spiritual pressure, and Scarface is all like, "Look, how? How is he this powerful? I underestimated this substitute Soul Reaper."
Yeah, you definitely underrated him.
We'll get to that joke in due time. And yeah, before Scarface can do anything, Yoruichi shows up. And he's like, "What? Yoruichi Shioi, you are here too!" And yeah, Yoruichi basically tells him, "Are you sure you want to keep this going? Because your friends are kind of dead, the no-names. They got killed by Uryu and Chad."
What?
They didn't have any speaking lines! No! And Scarface is forced to retreat, while Ichigo wonders, what the hell is Kami's planning? And why does he want to kill Mauricio so badly?
And why is there an ominous stapler in the background?
Oh, and I guess Urahara was here to cameo for a few seconds too. You find out that Mauricio and company got their gi guys from him. They kind of do a funny joke with Tessai when Rukia tries asking, and he just keeps going, "It's a trade secret. Trade secret."
It's not a secret. There's no other place someone could get gi guys around here.
Oh, and of course you get one scene with the mod souls. Which wouldn't bring up, except for the fact it makes it stupid when, Kenryu's in the room with them, and Nova's here too, and it's the same voice actor, damn it, Studiopolis! But that's literally the only scene they get in this whole arc. And probably I think it might be one of the last scenes they're in the series, actually. Don't quote me on that, I don't want to be considered wrong and get shanked or something. But yeah. I don't remember them being in here much longer.
You'll get shanked if Kuroda ever shows up again.
Anyway, time for Tug of War, because now we're getting an Izuru episode with Amagai and friends. You see what we mean yet? It's like there were two separate filler arcs going on at the same time.
Man, that stapler is getting closer.
Okay, so Amagai is ordering Squad 3 to do menial tasks around the Soul Society, such as finding a missing cat, cleaning Squad 4's barracks, the squad everyone makes fun of, and a bunch of other stuff like sweeping around Soul Society. In retrospect, it makes sense. Izuru even asks him, what are we doing here? And Amagai tells him, look, people don't like Squad 3 after what their captain did. Trying to build up Soul Society's trust in us again. I mean, sound logic if you think about it. Helping out the
logic.
Oh, and also when Izuru walks into the captain's office, he imagines Gin calling him Izuru, then he realizes it's Amagai. He's like, what? Just figured I'd call you first name. It makes things more personal and etc. It's almost like this arc has some moments that actually work, and this is kind of one of them. Izuru's still remembering everything with Gin and being hesitant and shit.
Man, it's almost like we focused more on this. It could have worked more. Too bad we didn't.
Yeah. Oh, and Amagai is trying to propose an idea for all the squads to work together, saying that there's no unity between them from what he noticed, that each squad works independently. It's gonna sound logic. So, yeah. But Moving on from that, Yamamoto concocts a plan to lie and say that Menos have invaded the Seirete to see how it would go. And it goes about as well as expected. All the squads are bickering. Also, Amagai's drunk again because he was talking to Shinsui and Ukitake about this whole idea. Because of course he is. Are you drunk, Dai?
If only.
And yeah, when Makoto's telling Izuru, he's like, "The squad wants to move. You better go, Izuru. You're the lieutenant. Give the command. Come on. The squad wants to go." And Izuru's like, "We gotta wait for the captain, dude." And Makoto is kind of coming across as a massive penis here, telling him, "Well, you're supposed to be the leader when the captain's away. Don't be a pussy. Come on." Making Izuru legit question himself and his abilities. Again, it does work for Izuru.
Also,
So
you
Izuru
skipped over something up in an earlier episode with Makoto there.
Yeah,
you know, where when they were cleaning up, were around one of the, I don't know, death pits.
No, I was getting to that because I'm pretty sure it's around this time. Because they find out the hollows were a scam and there wasn't any or whatever.
No, because you were talking about the fake Menos.
Okay.
That was after that.
Well, whatever. Again, we're doing it a little out of order here with this one because this arc sucks. Okay, so yeah, there was an incident where they went to a death pit or whatever because they heard something was going on over there. Actually, wasn't this one of the death pits where Ganju fought Yumichika?
Yeah.
I miss
probably.
Ganju. Ganju's dead.
He's
should have had him.
gone.
Oh yeah, they go into the they fall into the pit and there's hollows down here, and one of their squad mates gets injured. And after they beat the hollows, Makoto's like, "We gotta kill this man. He failed. He's a Soul Reaper. He knew he was getting into. Friendly fire, bitches." He gets stopped at the last minute though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets stopped by Wabisuke.
Yeah, Izuru stops him, and Amagai shows up. And yeah, the guy lives. Oh, and Mayuri shows up and is pissed off because someone, apparently, those were his hollow samples he was studying, and someone let them out of their cage. Huh, that's a little weird. Oh, and Nemu's here, voiced by Kate Higgins for some reason in this episode.
Even though it's not listed anywhere.
No, you can tell it's her. She's got a very distinct voice. But it's this arc, so most people probably didn't care.
Not even the people dubbing.
Okay. But yeah, so that's when the hollow shit happened, was like right after this with the fake.
Yeah, the second episode
orders.
later, then
Yeah.
the Menos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that thing's a little off, but it still works. Gets the point across. Oh, also, Mauricio shows up here because she used the private precipice or Dangai that the Kasumioji family to come back. You guys like the stapler? Because it's coming in.
Yeah.
And, of course, Kenryu's like, "Mauricio's gone, Ichigo! Help me! Help us all!" So, Kenryu, Ichigo, and Rukia all have to go back to Soul Society to fetch the stupid princess, who you find out only went back here to have a stupid tea party. Yeah, Kenryu explains that Mauricio doesn't know she's being targeted for assassination because her parents died making her Batman, and, yeah, she's the sole heir. So he figured if she told her that she was being targeted, that she'd be even more traumatized.
Oh yeah, sound.
There are also scenes where Ichigo and Mauricio bond because she comes over to his place for food, it's points too. And, yeah. But anyways, so go back to Soul Society. for fucking tea party. And the whole point of this is to tell you that Mauricio's in an engaged marriage like a noble, and her friend that she went to the tea party for, she'll never see her again, most likely, because she's about to be married off as well or something.
Yeah, and then things are about to get silly.
Okay. Oh.
So
Yeah, we are doing events really out of order here, but it's this arc.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, Mauricio has an assassination attempt here in Soul Society, but it's thwarted, of course. And after the tea party, they go back to the world of the living.
No, you glossed over it. You're forgetting how silly it is.
Go on. You do write down this one.
But you see, outside of the tea party, she left because, I don't know. We needed stupid drama because it's this arc. And she finds a little girl there who's a mute.
Oh yeah,
So
isn't this when the girl assassin turns into a man or something?
No, well yes,
oh, yeah,
that happens after.
Yeah,
but a bunch of guards show up, and you can see this fucking little girl with a sword cut down like 4 people, and it is the dumbest shit.
I mean, I believe Yachidu could do that, to be honest.
Yeah, but that about sums up how seriously you should take this arc.
Okay, so, yeah, obviously, I don't know who voiced this little girl, but I don't care either. They're dead. They're in, like, one scene. A stupid-ass scene that I tried blocking out.
You're welcome.
That's the thing with this arc, man. Like, it's coming back to me as we're talking about it. I obviously have shit written down that happened, the bullet points, but it's hard breaking it down because this arc, a lot of it is just really dumb.
Then Kenpachi shows up and kills a small child.
Yeah, Kenpachi, yeah, killed the assailant, or one of the assailants, and he's like, tell Ichigo I want to have a fuck when he's here next time. Okay, so back in...
Now say goodbye to Kenpachi. That was his cameo for the arc.
Well, back in the world of the living, another assassin is sent out to Mauricio, and this... Hold on, we'll get to that in a second. So Mauricio gets in an argument with Kenryu at Ichigo's place while they're eating dinner. Something about Kenryu not telling her everything and treating her like a child or something. So she runs off because, you know, this arc wasn't cliche enough. And she runs into Orihime, and they get attacked by generic ninja who has the ability to make walls!
No, not Wallenstein.
Yeah, I think this happened probably before we're going back, but again, we're doing them a little out of order. We'll more focus once the stapler gets used, you'll see. And
it's getting closer, guys. Just pay attention.
Kenryu shows up
right on the corner.
And, yeah, Kenryu's there and uses his Zanpakuto.
Are you ready for peak stupid yet, guys?
Kenryu's Zanpakuto can turn... Doesn't it turn anything it touches into flowers or some dumb shit?
No, it covers things in flowers.
The only reason I remember this scene is because Johnny on Bosch's line read of, yeah, but couldn't you come up with something a little more badass? Because it is so perfect. It is the one line read that is epic. But, yeah, they kill Wallman. And, yeah. Oh, speaking of dub fuck-ups, when Ichigo, I don't know if you remember, when Ichigo and friends are talking about Mauricio's family situation, Uryu literally asked the question, so she hasn't become head of family yet. Yeah, not head of the family, head of family. Don't worry, that's actually small in terms of how much they didn't give a shit. We're getting to that.
Don't underrate it, guys.
Okay. Well, now that we're back in the world of the living, it's time for Scarface here to be here too. He gets sent out with the super elite ninja force.
We're on door number 1. We have Gollum.
Gollum, voiced by Brian Beacock. I know some places say Spike Spencer, but we're pretty sure it's Brian Beacock. His laugh sounds dangerously close to his Monokuma laugh. We're pretty sure it's him. And yes, he's literally doing a Gollum voice. After that, we have Silent Hill Misty over here. You'll understand. Voiced by Joe Achman.
Oh, she's back.
Yeah, and he's doing a different voice for him. He's
also a few ad voices in this art.
Yeah, he's the quietly spoken one who's very serious and thinking about all of his actions. Wonder who he's gonna fight. Then we have Wallace Space. You'll see. Who's the giant, strong one? Wonder who he's gonna fight. Voiced by Adam Bitterman. And this is his only role. Adam is known for voicing France in Digimon Data Squad and ad voices and a bunch of other things. That's actually all I could find on him, unless you've got something.
Essentially. Not much more than that.
And say goodbye to him after this roll, because this is it. So yeah. The ninjas are attacking the... What?
Alright, now let's play a game, guys. See if you can get... Pause the video right after this. Tell us who you think's gonna fight who. No, let's see if you were right.
Okay. So the ninjas attack! And... Scarface shows up, challenging Ichigo, even though Mauricio's right behind him, and is like, I don't care, I want to have a one-on-one fight with you. I love you.
Why?
So him and Ichigo run off. Gollum shows up and is taking on Rukia. Wallace Space is taking on Chad. And Misty is taking on Uryu.
Alright guys, if you picked the obvious answers, then you were right. Congratulations.
Okay, now this one's a little easier. We don't have to get shit out of order this time. We could break it down one fight at a time. So first, I guess we'll go with Misty over here with Uryu.
But we are technically doing it out of order.
We're doing it this way because this fight's really short. Anyway, we call him Misty because his ability is to turn into mist. That's it. What his Bakuto does. And he can attack you from anywhere in the mist, because he's a ninja.
But Scorpion was a ninja.
Iron Quest, Scorpion was a ninja. Anyway. Yeah, so Uryu's having fun fighting him. They're having, an intelligence off, if you will, a smart off. And Misty seems happy that he gets to fight the last Quincy. Yep, add it to the counter, even though it's him saying it to Uryu. I've heard legend of the last Quincy.
Yeah, you people hear a lot of things. About you.
Anyway, Uryu ends up beating this guy because, during this fight also, he keeps drawing on the power of his Bakuto, like, repeatedly. Wonder if that's going to be relevant later. And Uryu, is like, okay, he's attacked from all 8 directions, or everywhere. I don't know what to do, I got it. So, Uryu uses a plan to draw the Sprenga pentagram in the place they're fighting, and trap him and the, Misty in it. Now, this would be really cool Except for one thing. This contradicts what Uryu said how this technique works. Literally just the last fight he had in the canon material with Xylopero.
Oops.
You were there, Dai, you remember? This technique is very risky and takes a very long time to set up, which is why you can't do it in one-on-one fights. It's primarily used in team-ups, so you have someone distracting the opponent.
Oh, hi, Renji.
I mean, it's cool that he used it, but it doesn't make much sense in retrospect.
That's all you get.
Yeah, Uryu uses the Spranga, and it blows up. Uryu is now incapacitated for the rest of the arc, yes, really. And Misty still somehow alive. Yeah, he survives that. No, we're not joking. But we'll get back to him in a minute. Now it's time for Wallace Space, taking on Chad. And we call him Wallace Space because he's using the wall, Bakoto. And doesn't he merge with the fucking wall?
Yes. So, literally, if you break it down, his ability is almost no different from Misty's.
Yep.
Replace walls, go merging with walls instead of merging with mist. So he can create infinite walls. It's the same exact thing. Don't try to argue this.
I mean, it's close enough, I suppose. And Chad, being Chad, is able to punch through the walls. And, yeah, Chad is like, you keep drawing off that Bakoto, it's gonna kill you. Wallace Space all like, oh, I don't care, I'm a ninja. Apparently, even though I don't seem very ninja-like. Because I'm very loud and everything. So Chad's like, I understand. I respect you. Let's have one final fuck-off.
Okay.
And, yeah, Chad wins. Bye, Adam Berman. Hardly knew ye in this dub. Jokes aside, he did an okay job voicing this guy. I didn't notice any stupidity with his line delivery, like with some of the other ones. So...
little did you know.
Now we got Gollum versus Rukia. Oh, by the way, Chad's gone from the arc too, because he's half dead from that fight. I complain about it, but at least Chad got something, because this might be one of the last times we get him doing a lot of cool shit.
Spoilers.
Okay, so Gollum is taking on Rukia, and he keeps eating his sword? Actually, what the fuck does this guy's ability even do?
He eats his sword and then grows swords out of his back. Yeah, he's definitely a Gollum-like thing.
Do you think that means it turns his dick into a sword?
Don't make me get the stapler.
Anyway, so Mr. Dick Swords over here. Yeah, honestly, he has, I think, an okay fight with Rukia. None of these fights are particularly bad. They serve their purpose. And for some reason, Treachery and Invasion play as OST during this fight.
Like, out of all the people to play it for, you play it for fucking Gollum.
Yeah. Oh, and also Kenryu is here too and gets injured during the fight, because, you know, he's useless, I guess. Fucking flower bullshit.
As a flower.
Well, Rukia uses all of her best techniques, freezing him and everything, but he survives. She can't believe it. But then, Mr. Gollum is all like, "What? Why am I burning up inside? No!" He was murdered by the Bakoto.
He did it to himself.
It turns out using a sword that steals your own life force might not be such a good idea. I wonder why you find out Soul Society banned research into them.
Yeah, why would they ban research into something that practical that has no ramifications against the user?
Well, anyway, now it's Ichigo versus Scarface. And Scarface uses Super Mirror Version. I guess, what would this be? It's Bankai form, because he goes all tentacly with it.
Yeah.
And traps Ichigo in a world of mirrors, which puts him in a nightmare state.
This
By
is
the
also
way,
one of the
probably one of the best moments of the arc. It's sad that it's in this fucking thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Also, for some reason, the Wikia lists Misaki or Ichigo's mom in this section as Karen Strassman, even though pretty sure it's still Ellen Stern. I don't know what the fuck it's talking about. Oh, and young Ichigo here is Johnny Bosch. But I'm pretty sure they did it for narrative reasons this time.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure that's why.
Yeah, because he's reliving his past right now and re-experiencing it.
Yeah.
And his mom even tries killing him during this part.
Yeah, that's when things get awkward.
Ichigo, of course, breaks free from it. And has a really good scene where he's telling his mom not to worry anymore and says, "One thing I never got to tell you is thank you for everything. But me, you, Zukarian, and Dad, we're all fine, yo." Said it just like that. That yo part, definitely.
Yes, he's definitely Ryuji.
Yeah. And, of course, it's Johnny Bosch, so this blunt delivery was easily probably the best in the arc. And this scene works really well. Why is it in Fillerland?
Why don't we have the guy who wrote that scene write more of this filler?
Because he probably wrote the rest of it, for all we know.
Oh, good point.
Well,
why don't we let this guy touch me?
Anyway, Ichigo goes visored, which is the first reveal of it in this arc, I'm pretty sure. And
yeah.
Scarface is going on like, "I don't care if this sword kills me. You see, my clan of ninjas have worked for the Kasumioji family for generations. We give our lives for them. That's why I'm trying to kill a Kasumioji. Okay, I'm kind of an idiot."
Yeah. Maybe he just likes gorillas.
Yeah, Kummy's the cum monkey. Anyways, needless to say, the sword goes all tentacle on him, and he doesn't make it out. So much for Ichigo's rival in this arc. No, seriously, even when first watching this, I was half expecting him to play a more major role, but no, him and Ichigo only have 2 fights.
Even the opening claims he's going to be playing a more major role. He's the zinger fight of the fucking OP. What?
Yeah.
Also, it also focuses on nothing but these fucking ninjas and nothing about the Soul Society stuff. So again, the OP is also removed from the rest of the arc.
Anyway, Wallace Space, as we've said, makes it out alive and reports back into Kummy. And tells Kummy's become monkey.
Not Wallace Space.
Oh yeah, not Wallace Space. You're Misty. I don't know why I said Wallace Space. My bad.
You just contradicted yourself.
Like this arc
does.
Yeah, so Misty shows up, and it's all like, "Master Kummy, I will lead them into battle. I'll lead the next ninja force." "No, you won't. You failed. You die." "What?" And then he kills him.
Mr. Stapler, come over here.
Yeah, but hold on. So this guy's trying to throw a coup, and he has very limited forces. This Misty over here, still alive, you know, he's in bad shape, but clearly willing to go out and fight again. Why not have him do that? So like,
Shut
okay,
up. Let's get the stapler. Bring it in here.
I mean, Rukia and company were hurt after the last fight. You could have Misty take another squadron of ninjas down there and, yeah, wear them down with numbers. Well, like the few numbers you have left,
we
obviously.
got a stapler.
Okay, fine. Look at the stupid stapler. So, yeah. Chad and Udio are recovering. Ichigo's talking to Arichio on the roof. And Mauricio explains, everyone's treating me like I don't know anything. I know I'm being targeted by assassins. You all lied saying they were burglars. I know they're not. I understand what's going on. If that's the case, you went back for a tea party knowing full well you could be killed, you fucking idiot. Anyways, that's beside the point. We're getting to the stapler, hold on.
It's worth it, guys.
Mauricio then sucker punches Ichigo in a sense and says she's going back to handle things her own way, and uses her own Don Guy to escape back to Soul Society to face things head on, because she thinks that's the best way to go about this, seeing how much Ichigo and everyone else got hurt trying to protect her.
It goes as well as you would expect. It's almost as if it was a dumb idea.
Now, you can finally shut up about the stapler. We're here. Because Izuru follows Makoto, because obviously Makoto's been really suspect lately, and spies on him going into the Kasumi estate.
Also, he was spying on all the captains fighting the fake...
Oh, yeah, speaking of the, fake captain, new captain, the fake hollows or whatever, Amagai is able to rouse everyone, like, okay, Squad 10, you do this, because he's able to convince them all, instead of bickering.
They were fake minnows, come on, they're a big deal.
He also says he wants to train everyone for Bowel. Yeah, not battle, Bowel.
Maybe he was still drunk.
He was sober during the scene, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
He can turn it off and on. He did it in the with the vacuum cleaner.
What? Okay.
In the precipice.
Yeah. Alright. So, yeah. Ichigo, Kenryu, Enryu, and Rukia all have to rush back to Soul Society land, while Orihime stays behind to heal Uryu and Chad, because, you know, they got no use in this arc anymore. They make it seem like they will. Orihime's like, don't worry, we're with you. I'll stay behind and make sure they're okay. They never show up again. Not even in wrap-up.
Bye.
But alright. Well, we're here. The two arcs are about to converge. Mauricio goes back to the estate because she's going to marry the one she's betrothed to, named Shu. I guess it's time to say who he's voiced by. Shu is voiced by Brienne Siddall, who most of you will probably know as Jim from Outlaw Star, or Gel from Wolf's Rain. They were also Koenma in the Yu Yu Hakusho movie. You all know which one I mean.
You should know him by now, guys.
I'm gonna be honest, her performance here is not very good. And I know she can do good work. Again, in the other mentioned things, Outlaw Star and Wolf's Rain especially, she's really good. So I don't know what the fuck happened here, but her delivery is really off.
Bowel.
Yeah, bowel indeed. Baby talk. So, yeah. Kumis is all like, yes, we're gonna hold the wedding ceremony! And Ichigo and friends are thinking of crashing it, saying Mauricio's an idiot trying to handle everything on her own, because you know Bleach's theme, which I will give the arc credit, still is here. You know, not trying to do everything by yourself, etc. And learn to rely on friends.
Deadly friends.
So, yeah. They go to crash the wedding, and Soyphone is here as security with Mauricio Lex Lang.
He's treated as much of a joke as you'd expect, guys.
Yeah. Ichigo tries talking to Mauricio, saying, come on, you know, we're your friends, you can trust us. And Mauricio says, I have no idea who you are. Mauricio Tron 9000 not comprehend.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
So, yeah.
Oh no, Mauricio has a third arm and stabbed Ichigo. That's also kind of weird.
Yeah, and Kami's is all like, "You heard the girl! Arrest these intruders! I'm Kami's the monkey." So Soifone and Rukia actually have a little bit of a skirmish. Kind of. I guess Ichigo... Yeah, no, it's Ichigo and Soifone. Yeah. Because she even mentions, it's like, you don't know how to fight very well hand-to-hand. Which makes sense, I guess?
No.
Since Ichigo's mostly about brawling, he doesn't have any real technique from every hand-to-hand fight we've seen with him.
He uses his big cleaver.
Yeah.
The compensator.
But he's able to catch up to Arichi, and that's when, as I explained, she's an imposter. And
with 3 arms. That's kind
yeah,
of weird.
this is the one that turns to the man, right? I think.
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, and
the last one did 2 after it died.
I don't even know what to call that. I don't understand.
Your plans make no sense if you could just fool everyone with these shapeshifters, and then just put her in a fucking cage when she tries to show back up the Soul Society, which they do.
Why was your attempt when she came back for the tea party so shit? You had one assassin there. It's like, you could have had any number of guards just take her in or whatever, and then swap her out with the imposter coon. Cummies, you're weird. You're an idiot.
But he is the big, thick gorilla brain. He clearly is intelligible.
Well, anywho. But after that, Ichigo, of course, meets up with Shu and tries explaining that is not Rorichio, you foolish idiot.
Oh yeah, she does have 3 arms. That's kind of weird.
And that's when Shu and Ichigo and Rukia come up with a plan to escape from the estate because it's surrounded by Soifone and her men. And Kami's is telling Soifone, no, stay out here. You're not allowed in the estate. Soifone's like, that's kind of weird. But Yamamoto said we aren't allowed to interfere with any noble affairs. Nice one, Yamamoto. You're a tool.
No, he's highly Yamamoto. Shimaru.
Ichigo takes Shu hostage. I almost called him Ichimaru a second ago. I hope you know that. Ichigo takes Shu hostage. That's the plan. And it's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. So all the guards have to break away and let Ichigo, Rukia, and Shu out. And before anyone wants to say this might be out of character for Ichigo going along with a plan like this, it's really not. Remember, him and Ganju held Hinatoro hostage back in the Soul Society when they first invaded.
And this was all Shu's plan anyways.
Yeah. So, nothing wrong with Ichigo going along with a plan like this. And they hide out in the sewers, and even mention Hinatoro, saying like if they had him with them, they would know exactly what directions to go, etc.
He should have just shown up right around the corner. It would have been hilarious.
Yeah, it would have. Hey, I'm just cleaning down here. It's my shift.
He's probably working at his stupid convenience store back in the world of the living.
I think that's what Ganju is, too. That's what I like to think he is. Anyway.
Maybe he's just all depressed after his boar was killed.
Oh, Izuru, back with him, is telling Amagai about what he saw with Makoto, and Amagai's like, I don't know, man, I've known Makoto for ages, and sounds very sus. Keep an eye on him.
He couldn't be a stapler. He didn't kill Misty.
Misty was murdered with the stapler?
Yes.
He had his dick stapled to a stack of paper, I got you.
Covered in gorilla jizz.
You're all welcome for that very innate imagery. Anywho, so Izuru is trying to think, he's like, okay, if he wanted to hide out, where would Makoto-kun be? Oh yeah, and he eventually finds him, but before that, Makoto does have a chat with Mauricio, who's in a cage, and Mauricio's like, "You're frightened, you're terrified of something." "No, I'm not. I could kill you at any moment, but I'm not because plot demands I don't." Like, why is she in a cage? You have an imposter! I don't understand this logic. Why is she still alive?
Anyways.
Yeah, why is she still alive? His whole intention was to kill her. Why is she in a cage? Why is he keeping her there? All you'd have to do is murk, done. And then put another... You have shapeshifters, use another imposter. No one would know. Ichigo
show the same one.
Yeah.
No one even notices.
That's it.
Get an imposter for Shu too, since he clearly found out they were an imposter. No one else notices since...
Oh yeah, and Shu was coronated before they arrived as the head of the family or something, because Cummings wants to manipulate him. It's all basic shit, but... Anyway.
Or it would be if his plan made any fucking sense.
Yeah, he trips over his own feet at every turn. He's an idiot.
Talk about monkey feet.
Anyway. So Izuru shows up and to the training field where they used to be, where Squad 3 was training.
It's a training gladiator arena.
Yeah, because earlier when they were training with Squad 3, they'd said like, well, no one uses this training ground anymore, so I'm a guy figured might as well use it. So
that makes sense. Where are we gonna hide the princess in our bird cage? Because it literally is a giant bird cage.
Subtle, guys. Really subtle.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Izuru arrives to see generic ninjas taking Mauricio away and having to fight generic ninjas using Bakuto. One of them voiced by Tony Oliver. Again, we're not shitting you.
Oh, I guess he didn't die.
Yeah, he does this time. Izuru kills him.
Aww.
And then Makoto shows up and is like, "Ah, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. You're too late. The princess is gone." I was really hoping he would have said, "Your princess is in another castle." Come on, Dub. I just wanted that. Is that too much to ask?
You clearly didn't give a fuck on numerous occasions. You could have at least given us that.
So, yes, this is what it's been building up to. Izuru being a detective, just like Suichi from Doggy V3. Yeah, we made the joke too when we watched it. Because he was all spying around looking for evidence of Makoto, and it built up to this moment.
He's gonna use his ultimate baseball skills to beat down Makoto.
Well, now we get to see what Makoto's Zanpakuto can do. I think we saw it earlier, but might as well describe it here. It's the big fight.
I don't know, it turns into a glaive thing that spins around and flies through the air like a giant...
It makes laser sound effects, too. You noticed that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the sound of it flying, I guess. It's not dumb. Shut up.
It's kind of dumb. No, but honestly, Izuru and Makoto's fight is probably a highlight of the arc. Especially because it does give Izuru a really good chance to shine here. He's been questioning his abilities and skills in leadership this whole arc, and it all comes to a head here.
Kiwabisuke, how does it work?
Yeah, he uses it on Makoto's Zanpakuto. He's like, what? Why can't it move? I can't move the damn thing! Well, that's my Wabisuke! And then, of course...
Add it to the counter. No arms, though. How unfortunate. Probably because they were all covered in tentacles this arc. Yes, really.
Yeah, and you come to find out that his Zanpakuto was a Bakoto. Or wrapped in a Bakoto?
A bit of both.
Yeah, he fused a Bakoto with his Zanpakuto to basically negate the effects of Wabisuke. Or something.
It's something.
Anyway, we also get Makoto's backstory here, and it's basically just, notice me!
I'm stuck. Oh wait, he's just an asshole.
Yeah, he was a
Friendly
dick in
fire.
Soul Academy because he's like, what? I got grades at top of the class. Why am I not part of the 13 squads? I'm just generic Soul Reaper Coon 101. I
So
even
what
went
if
on
I
this
did
shit.
friendly fire?
Yeah, and then he eventually did get promoted to a squad. They don't even say which squad. I wanted to know. But
Probably
apparently he got
squad
kicked
3.
out of that squad and demoted because of friendly fire incidents. Because it's like, well, as long as I kill the hollows, who cares? Like, what squad do you think it was?
What's the most inept squad?
Maybe it was Squad 5. I mean, look at their lieutenant. It is Momo.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Aizen had him there, and Aizen's like, I can't control this idiot. He's killing my own men that I'm trying to manipulate. Get the fuck out of my squad. Or something. I don't know. Or maybe he was in Tosin's squad, and Tosin's like, you are not justice. Get out.
You are not Aizen. Aizen is justice.
Yeah, so him and Amagai were then given to the cleanup squad or the cleanup force that are tasked with killing hollows that don't get killed by Soul Reapers or something. What the fuck do they even do?
The expedition force, they wander around the desert killing hollows?
Yeah, Anyway.
They're pointless.
Yeah, Amagai got promoted to a captain, and because he was already friends with Makoto, he brought him along with him. Because I guess captains can supersede the decision of someone being banned from the 13 Court Guard squads, maybe? Sure. Anywho. Yeah, so his whole thing is he wanted to be the strongest. He found out about the Bakoto, and his whole thing is he's loyal to Kami's because the Bakoto will make him OP and become the most powerful Soul Reaper ever. Yeah, whatever you say, man. Any of the captains could fuck you up. Could you imagine if this guy went up against Kenpachi or Byakuya?
He would get one-shotted. I mean, hell, he was even struggling against Izuru before he used his hacks to negate Wabisuke.
Yeah. Izuru, of course, is like, you're a traitorous asshole. Squad 3 was like a family to you. You betrayed everyone. You know what? You have no honor. He's like, I don't need honor, I need strength. Rah, 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 rah. Cummings gave me power. And lots of semen.
I am his stapler.
It leads to what you think, since he's using the Bakoto. He gets tentacle plowed.
That's hot.
Oh, and we didn't mention this before, but some of the Squad 3 members showed up too. And one of them is Patrick Seitz. We're bringing that up now because Patrick Seitz is everywhere. He's a Squad 10 member, Squad 12 member, Squad 13 member, as we've already seen. And this generic Squad 3 member that's been throughout this whole arc as a background character, I guess.
He said speaking lines every time Squad 3 was around. He doesn't, but yet he still doesn't have he doesn't even have a fucking name.
Yeah, I think he does. It's just we don't even know what the hell it is because they maybe said it once. But anyways.
And these people are never gonna show up again. Why bother? If this arc can't, why should we?
Okay, so Izuru, of course, is injured after the fight, and yeah, he's done. Meanwhile, at around the same time, Amagai runs into Ichigo and company, and him and Ichigo have a little bit of a skirmish. And this is when you were talking about, Guy, with the animation fuck-up. Go for it.
Yep. So here's proof that not even the animators were giving a fuck. So Amagai released his Zanpakuto and was fighting Ichigo, right? That's why an in-between shot had his Zanpakuto sheathed.
While he was holding it.
While it was in his hand.
Yeah, I know what some of you might be thinking. Maybe it's both. He has two Zanpakutos. No, we mean both of them were sheathed while he was holding a third one in his hand.
And one is that tuning fork thing, and the other is his, Zanpakuto. He released his, the Zanpakuto.
Oh yeah, now we can see what this ability thing is. Doesn't it just shoot fireballs or something?
And it charges up and shoots fireballs. It has a little end engine that shoots out fire at the back of it too.
So yeah, it's just a fireball launcher thing. Anyway, Ichigo and him are fighting until Shu breaks it up. It's like, trust Ichigo! He's right about Mauricio's family situation being shit. And Amaga's like, okay, I'll hear you out. I guess I'll help you out. Oh, and they're using hell butterflies to exchange information and stuff too. Which, at one point, Amagai thanks a hell butterfly, and I don't understand.
He's not the only one throughout the series.
Yeah, are the hell butterflies alive?
Well,
I thought they were just
butterflies.
message carriers, like they were magic or something. I didn't think they were living creatures. I guess they are, they're butterflies, but...
They are butterflies.
Anyway. Oh. Also, Yamamoto. Oh god. So if you're wondering how Amagai found Ichigo, obviously Soifone recorded the whole hostage thing to Yamamoto. And this fucking idiot is like, I don't care about both sides of the story. I want Ichigo and Rukia arrested. So an issue, or an order is issued, and Renji and Ikkaku spread out to try finding Ichigo, because they, want to help him out. And you get Renji fighting Tatsu Zaimon?
Yeah. Also, we got a scene of Renji talking to Byakuya, using a typical loophole.
Yeah, Byakuya, Renji's like, aren't you going to help? It's Rukia. It's orders from Soul Society. Renji, I'm ordering you in charge of investigating this. You head this up. Basically, Byakuya is saying, yeah, you do this. That way, if anything bad happens, it won't fall back on me. And, I mean, use your discretion, etc. Yeah, Renji versus Tatsu Zaimon, which I didn't think we... Do we even know what a Zanpakuto does?
No. Not really.
And you get Ikkaku versus Shuhei or Isagi. 69 dude. And... Yeah, obviously Tatsu Zaimon and Isagi want to arrest Ichigo and friends because they were ordered to. Renji and Ikkaku have faith at Ichigo and think that he's not doing anything wrong because they know him. So they eventually talk sense into Tatsu Zaimon and Shuhei, and hope you liked Ikkaku's contribution to the arc. It's not getting much more than this.
He's off to go join his captain and doing nothing.
Renji at least shows up with Amagai and Ichigo and Rukia and friends. He's like, okay, I'll help you all out. I'm one of their bestest friends. And... yeah. We're almost to the climax. Almost there, Dai. Are you ready to go in even harder with the stapler?
Oh, was it not enough? Is there another stapler?
Okay. So, Ichigo and company raid the Kasumioji estate because they realize after thinking, where would you move a princess? Oh, well, we already looked here. Maybe they'd still leave her there, thinking that we'd move on. Also the, Mauricio thing that Izuru saw get carried off was another duplicate or a doll fake.
It was literally a doll?
Yeah, they have 1 million of those lying around, apparently.
Well,
but whatever.
And one of the ninjas Sudoku'd himself for it.
No! This is my doll! Leave me alone! Fucking weirdo, man.
You're not about. Get the fuck out of here.
Where's Dalk when you need her?
She would probably murder all of these people.
Okay, so yeah, they raid the estate. Shu tells Ichigo, he's like, okay, I think Mauricio would be in the rear tower. Where's that at? Gee, Ichigo, I don't know. I wouldn't know the first place about where to look.
Maybe it's in the front. Maybe it just has a silly name. You don't know.
Anyway, so Shu's guiding Ichigo while Amagai gets interrupted by Hitsugaya, and this could be an interesting fight. And Rukia and Rangiku are getting ready to fight. Huh, two interesting fight setups. We gonna get anything out of this?
Alright, survey says... No, what the fuck, are you high?
Oh, kind of. Hitsugaya and Amagai do release their Zanpakuto, so you get a little bit of a fire versus ice thing, but it's barely worth mentioning.
It's like barely 5 seconds.
And Rukia and Rangiku don't even get that. It's like, guys, this could have been cool to see. How often would we get to see a Rukia and Rangiku fight?
Not at all.
Exactly. Anywho, so Yoruichi shows up, and everything's revealed that Cummings was a dick the whole time.
No. Really?
Yeah. Oh, and Renji, of course, goes and reports to everyone else, telling them the situation now that he knows the truth. So the order is given to raid the Kasumioji estate and arrest Cummings. And Cummings is all like, no, charge my army of zombie ninjas!
And the person in charge of the assault force is Byakuya. Like, man, you really want to kill all these people, don't you?
Do you blame him?
Yeah, who does?
Okay, so yeah, we call them zombie ninjas because they have no speaking lines and they're just using generic Makotos. Yeah, they have no abilities.
They're just zombies.
Yeah. And Cummings is running. He's like, I need to get to the Makoto workshop. What do you mean it's being destroyed? No!
My well-thought-out plans didn't work. How could that have happened?
I might be an idiot! Okay, I got it. Final plan. Take Rorichio hostage. This'll work. I probably could have done this a while ago and saved myself some trouble, but who cares?
Who cares? I wanted to use that birdcage.
And, yeah, Ichigo shows up. Oh, fuck. We didn't even bring them up because I honestly forgot that they were in this arc at this point. So Kenryu and Enryu got captured by Cummings because they tried going into the estate ahead of Ichigo in the beginning. But that's literally it. They fuck off like 7 episodes. And they broke out of their prison around this time and meet up with Ichigo too. And then they, no, they're the ones that told Yamamoto about this. That's right, they headed off with Renji. Because this is when it gets really dumb. Yeah. So Ichigo and Rukia meet up with Cummings, and he's holding Rorichio hostage. And that's when we get really, really fucking stupid, and this arc falls on its head.
I'd now like to introduce you to Stapler number 2.
Okay. So Amagai shows up. Cummings is monologuing about how he wanted to be the most powerful noble in Soul Society. Yes, really, this was his well-thought-out plan. And Amagai kills him.
Oh, he got Cummings all over his sword.
And Cummings is going on, I did everything you ordered me to, why would you do this? And you as the viewer are probably thinking, what? But I don't understand. Amagai was evil the whole time, and the final boss monster of the arc.
This is where you insert. This is where if we had a soundboard, sad trombone to be playing right now.
There wasn't even any lead into this. Oh yeah, they try explaining that the Donkai Precipice restrictive current thing was orchestrated by him so he could earn Squad 3's trust, and that the training he did with all the squads was so he could see how they maneuver and operate. But it doesn't come across like he was scheming in the slightest. It's like they wanted to repeat the heel turn Aizen had, but it doesn't work here. It really doesn't.
And if you think this is bad, it gets worse.
Okay, so he takes Mauricio and is like, well, I'm off to kill Yamamoto now. Bye. And leaves.
Everyone's thinking, man, should we just let him?
Yeah.
Fool. He's a filler villain. We fortunately can't.
So they don't know where he went because he didn't tell Ichigo he was going to go kill Yamamoto. He just took Mauricio and ran off.
He threw a bunch of papers into there and it teleported him with some keto.
Yeah. That's when a hell butterfly shows up. Alright, it's time to bring up this stupidity. A hell butterfly shows up, letting Ichigo and Rukia know where they are. From Kenryu and Enryu, they sent one. Though narrator-kun kind of fucked this up, because a couple of episodes later in the recap, he says Kenryu, Rukia, and Mauricio sent the hell butterfly. Yes, Rukia. Huh? Rukia was with Ichigo. She couldn't have sent the letter. 1. 2. You're drunk, narrator. Go home. If even the recap can't get shit right, I think you have a problem.
It's okay, guys. We're not at peak stupidity yet.
Okay, so Amagai shows up and says he's going to kill Yamamoto for his vengeance. He wants revenge, and Yamamoto goes to use his Zanpakuto, but he can't. Because Amagai's Bakoto is the source of all Bakoto, and it can negate the abilities of Soul Reapers, making it where they can't do shit. And he goes on about how every Bakoto that was used up till now was linked to this one, and it was storing up the energy to make it more powerful or something. I don't know. It doesn't really make much sense, but okay.
Okay, here's what you need to do. You need to not think about it, and then it will make sense.
Okay, so Amagai wants to kill Yamamoto because Yamamoto killed his dad. And his dad was a Soul Reaper. So he changed his name and joined the 13 Court Guard squads, knowing full well that he could get promoted to captainship because he had a Bankai, he met the criteria, and then orchestrated this whole plan with Kami's, promising Kami's would become the leading noble after he killed Yamamoto. It is so stupidly convoluted, and there is so much that could have gone wrong here. And yeah. Oh, and apparently the last word his father said when he found him dying on the floor something was Bakoto, even though a couple of scenes later it showed his father was already dead when he found him. I don't know.
His backstory contradicts itself because his father was a Bakoto zombie, so he could literally not say anything at all, and he was already dead.
Yeah, so we might as well explain this now. So Yamamoto got orders from Central 46 to not interfere with the nobles at all whatsoever, even though he heard rumors that Kami's was creating illegal experiments, i.e. the Bakoto. So him and Amagai's father discuss a plan to basically go in and spy on them. This doesn't work. Amagai's dad gets found out and turned into a Bakoto zombie. So Yamamoto is then forced to defend himself when the Bakoto zombie shows up trying to kill him. And then that's it. Yamamoto makes no more effort at all to go after the Kasumioji clan. Nothing. Just leaves it alone. Like, oh, okay, I was forced to kill one of my own Soul Reaper friends. That's alright. You know what? Water under the bridge. Keep doing what you're doing, Kami's. On my way. We're done. I know I'm not going to send any more spies. This is it. Not going to have Byakuya look into you guys, dig up any evidence, nothing.
Byakuya is still a competent investigator, as we established in the movie.
Oh my god. What the fuck was that, though? Also, Yeah, because he was a zombie, we already established the zombies can't talk. Because he was a straight-up zombie. He wasn't like one of the loyal ninjas, you know, like Scarface and company. So how he said anything to Amagai, I don't know, but they could have easily worked this by just saying Amagai showed up to see Yamamoto stab his dad, and that's it. There, you're done. It would have been cliche.
Animated it to show him running to his already on the ground corpse, and Yamamoto long gone.
Yeah, so how do you even know Yamamoto killed him?
Because he did research and
research into something that not even Central 46 had records of, because he was doing it off books. That doesn't make sense.
Oh my... Stop, you're making it worse. Just no.
Okay.
Stop underrating it.
Yeah, we're getting to that. So Ichigo shows up with Rukia. Of course, the Bakodo's is activated, so Rukia can't do shit. Oh, and Kenryu and Enryu try attacking him to save Orichio, and it's time. First, Enryu's Zanpakuto. We see what it does.
Giant fists.
Great, so he's knockoff Chad. Cool.
I mean, comically oversized fists.
Well, Enryu is voiced by, here we go, Neil Kaplan again. But he's talking like this. And it is hilarious.
I was eating during this scene. I could have died.
Yeah, because up until this point, Enryu doesn't talk. He uses, what is it, sign language, I guess?
Stupid sign language that only Kenryu can understand.
Yeah. So, he talks like that, and Mauriccio's like, why are you blushing? You have a fine voice, Enryu. And I'm thinking, you are lying to him. You would laugh your ass off at him because you are evil. I know you. And I know you're laughing too, people. Don't lie. Okay? I'm sorry, but when we're watching that arc, I wasn't expecting Enryu to be fucking Tickle Me Elmo, okay? But, yeah. Oh, and that's the extent they do for the fight. They try protecting Mauricio. Of course, doesn't go well. Amagai's like, oh, that is nothing! And that's it. So now Ichigo's here, and he's the only one that can fight Amagai. Because this is actually something I'll give it credit for. The Bakodo steals away Soul Reaper powers, but Ichigo's powers at this point are leaning more towards Hollows. So he's able to still fight. That actually does make sense, even though it's a little silly. But I don't know, maybe they could have also had Chad and Uryu here, and they could have had 3-on-1, make Amagai a more credible threat. Since Uryu is a Quincy, and Chad, as the last arc told us, is also more towards Hollows.
Now that makes sense. What are you, an idiot?
Okay. So, Ichigo holifies, and Amagai goes Bankai. Alright, what's his Bankai, Dai?
A bigger version of his Shikai.
Okay, so basically like Renji's then, except not as cool because it's not a badass giant snake.
No. Do not compare this to Renji. It's literally just a lazy, bigger version. It's not even, it turns into a giant snake. Well, skull snake. No, it's just a bigger version of his base thing. That is it. Okay,
well, him and Ichigo are fighting. During the fight, Amagai says to Ichigo, "You've underrated me." I have never heard this term used like this before in my life. I'm pretty sure the term he meant is underestimated me. But then Ichigo follows it up a few scenes later saying, "Looks like you're the one who underrated me." Why?
It won't even matter if you holify again.
Oh, yeah, that's stupid shit. So, after, I guess you call it round 1 of the fight, when Ichigo's still holified, alright, he's been hollowed the whole time, still talking to him while he's hollowed, Amagai makes the line saying, "It wouldn't matter even if you holify again." But he's still hollified! He still wears the mask and everything, he's in his visor form!
Well, you see, part of the mask is broken. That's it.
He should have said, even if you're hollified, you still can't beat me. I know they had lip flaps, probably, but again, was not the proper word to use there. Maybe even if you're still hollified. Or staying hollified. I don't know. Just something. Yeah, staying. That's 2 syllables, like again. There, it works. Anyway, he also makes a comment saying, I will achieve my father's revenge. But it's your revenge, not your father's, Amagai. See what we mean about the last couple of episodes where the dub, they just did not give a fuck. Anyway, I don't know. As far as the fight as a whole, Ichigo vs. Amagai, what did you think of it? Final fight of the arc.
It was there.
It was serviceable. I guess you get some okay stuff, but
you can underrate it.
Well, during the fight, Amagai hears the truth about what happened with his dad and realizes, oh, I've been a dick the whole time, haven't I? I'm an idiot. My research was inconclusive. Well then,
I was trying to kill that little girl for no reason.
Oh yeah, he mentions that he's gonna kill Rukia too. He's like, I'm gonna kill the head of the Kasumi. Why? You said that you were using them for the Bakoto's sake, but what does Mauricio have to do with your vengeance?
The monkey is the one who is making the Bakotos. What does it have to do with her?
Yeah, not to mention, he didn't know that Kami's was the one who turned his dad into a zombie. So his hatred of the Kasumi family makes no sense.
Oh my god. It just gets worse talking about it out loud.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about at the beginning of this. Oh god, this could be like our longest one. Apologize for that. If you sat through all this, then you're a legend. But anyways, at the beginning of this, we were saying it's like 2 creators of 2 separate filler arcs were fighting to control it, to tell the story. And then at the end, when they told everything they had to, they're like, oh shit, Amagai's still alive.
Get another steak.
Fuck, what do we do? Because it just feels really shoddy. Look, everything up till now wasn't groundbreaking by any means, but it wasn't a fucking mess like this. It was serviceable. Anyway, so Amagai realizes he was an idiot, and then is like, okay, I gotta commit harakiri. And Ichigo's like, no, don't do it, and the other people that are there are like, no, you should let him die the way he wants to. He has some dignity left. Izuru's there too, now having his confidence back, and thanks Amagai for everything. And then Amagai commits harakiri. Yeah. You know, you guys are talking about letting him die with honor. No. You should have, more accurately, what should have really happened is Ichigo or someone punching Amagai and saying, you don't get to take the easy way out. You have to atone for the shit you put us through and murdering people.
You murdered that innocent monkey.
I mean, isn't that what, like, Bleach was trying to do in the beginning, where it's like, no, don't run away from your problems, you know, you need to face them, and you have a squad to look after now. Izuru will stand by you, but you have to atone. Not like, let him commit seppuku. Especially, like, Ichimaru was mentioned all throughout this arc. Makoto was using it to taunt Izuru about how he could do nothing about it and let it happen. Amagai to prove himself to do... So, Yamamoto could have been like, no, we need you for Aizen. Don't do this. Whatever. Amagai's dead. Mauricio thanks Ichigo profusely and is no longer a stuck-up princess, and now actually went through a character arc, and though we glossed over it, her character arc was another thing that was handled okay in this filler thing, I guess. She was introduced as this spoiled princess bitch, but then eventually learned to appreciate the smaller things in life, etc.
And we'll never see her again, except when baseball comes around.
Oh, and Izuru also had character death this arc, and it worked. Yeah, character death. There we go. And the arc ends with Ichigo and Rukia heading back to the world of the living, presumably, I guess. Yeah, this arc doesn't even get a wrap-up episode. The ending feels abrupt.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot to unpack here. This arc, it's not god-awful, but it is worse than the Bound arc. There is no way around it. I mean, it started off okay. Even if they had to force Ichigo in here, probably because they realized, oh, we gotta make 20 episodes. I don't know how we're gonna do this without Ichigo.
This was not the way to force him in here, guys.
Yeah, and even if you want to go with a stupid ninja plot line, trying to basically staple these two different plot threads together, it worked with Makoto. It did not work with Amagai.
You don't staple the same place twice, guys.
Yeah, because... I don't know, it's... Oh, also, they try making Amagai like this mastermind who planned everything, and, Ichigo foiled his plans and made him accelerate everything, and then he hoped Izuru would have gotten killed by Makoto, but that didn't happen. So it's like, I'm a mastermind who fucked up all over the place, just like Kumi's did.
Yeah, that's what happens. You got jizz on your sword.
Okay. And the dubbing for this section, I'm gonna be blunt, was fucking atrocious.
Yeah,
there was lots
underrated.
of reused ad voices too. David Lodge was like 10 people in every episode. Exaggerating a little bit, but are we?
I mean, that's par for the course. That one's par for the course.
Patrick's sights were everywhere. Kate Higgins being Nemu for one episode, even though Megan Hollingshead was in this whole arc as Rangiku. There was even an arc where the third seed of the Squad 13, the female one, was a different voice actress. Couldn't place who they were, but yeah, she was
also in this arc.
Yeah, Cindy Robinson was also in this arc as Jinta and other characters. The ADR directors for this section were Steve Kramer and Jeff Nimoy. Not to be confused with Leonard Nimoy.
And those are the only ones we know of, because I didn't look at it for all the episodes.
The thing I get from this is Bleach was probably not supposed to go on hiatus this long. Again, 9-month break. They probably wanted to get it back on the air as quickly as possible, and they rushed the shit out of this.
You also have to blame the scriptwriters for some of this stuff too, or the translators, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. I'm not gonna blame the ADR directors. It seems like the whole production itself was rushed to shit. Like
even in the animation studio wise, like with the Zanpakuto thing.
Yeah. But I will say, hands down, this is probably the worst dub-wise Bleach has been. It is hilarious to look at, like, you've underrated me. Even if you qualify again, Bowel, or head of family instead of head of the family and stuff like that. It is funny, but at the same time, none of these mistakes should have happened, especially not all of them so consistently throughout one arc. And I know someone out there is like, oh, it's filler, who cares? The fact that it's filler doesn't matter. Filler or otherwise, no. I'm sorry.
Well, the fact that none of these problems persisted in the Bout arc, outside of Dick being Koga. That was kind of stupid, but...
Oh, you mean because Zangetsu talked in the same scene?
Yes.
Yeah. I think there was a couple of silliness things in the Bound arc, but nowhere near as this. Now, the arc as a whole, again, it's not terrible. It's just... I was looking up to see what fan reception was for it, and people said, it's alright, it exists. That's probably what I'd say about it, too. It's not hurting anyone. Just, I guess, leave it alone. If you want to watch it once, go for it. You're not missing anything, but who knows? Maybe you'll get something out of it, I guess.
I mean, you have if you like Izuru, you'll be alright watching it.
Yeah, and Izuru is cool. Wabiske.
I mean, I guess the fights with the four ninjas are alright.
Yeah. Tony one should have been more prominent, or Scarface.
They were acting like he was going to be with the OP, which is why I'm pretty sure that they were also a different division of the animation studio. It's like all around, they were probably treating this arc like, do we have to?
Yeah, and again, the tug of warring, how like, you start off with the Amagai part, and then you go up to the Rorichio stuff for 3 episodes. Then it's back to Amagai for like 2 episodes. Then back to Rorichio. It's like, it was a massive tug of war going on throughout the early parts of the arc.
Mr. Stapler, what are you doing here? Why are you getting so close? No, not the face!
Yeah, and we already brought up there's a lot of wasted potential here. In fact, one of the things with Rorichio, because we went on and on about Izuru's, is why didn't Rorichio form a bond with Rukia? They are both from nobility. Both were being threatened to be executed at one point. So both should have plenty in common ground to be able to build off of each other.
No, she built up more of a bond with Travis in that filler arc over there.
Oh my god. Think about it. If Rorichio formed a bond with Rukia instead, especially because the Kasamiyoji family are nobles too, which, yes, I admire the attempt at world building in the Soul Society, but they didn't do much with it.
And in fact, the Gollum fight happened right in front of Rorichio.
Yeah, Rukia's the one that defended Rorichio. Yet they did nothing with that.
And she was bodyguarding her right at the end of that final fight, too.
Didn't she actually take Rorichio shopping to show her around the world of the living, too, in the beginning, like a montage thing?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so they were it seemed like they were gonna go that route, then they backed out to put Ichigo in the spotlight again. Guys, Ichigo doesn't have to be in the fucking spotlight every time. He really doesn't.
And in fact, coming up, we're gonna get long periods of time with Ichigo. It is not even a second thought.
So, yeah, if you have to use the stapler, I guess let's quickly come up with a way to how they could have gotten rid of Amagai. You think they could have had him killed by Makoto at the end in a betrayal and Makoto become the final antag? Like, that could have worked. And then,
don't get your gist on your staple.
Yeah, and have, I guess, Ichigo take on Kami. Let Kami eat the ultimate Makoto and become a monster or something, while Izuru has the final fight against Makoto. And let that be like the end of the arc. Izuru steps up to the plate to take over for Amagai as acting captain, and feels responsible for his squad. If you have to staple this shit together, do it that way. Makoto wants power, so he teamed up with Kami. Kami wants nobility status or whatever. There, done. I know, what we got was...
Get rid of the stupid clones, because that just makes you even dumber.
Yeah, oh yeah, that... Yeah, Rorichio should not have been captured that early on. Like, I don't even think she should have been captured at all. He wanted her dead. Why would he keep her alive if he already had duplicates?
To put her in a bird cage.
Anyway, we're rambling now. Again, this arc is very average. Not
There's
the worst
a
filler
much-
arc I've seen in my life, but
In fact, there's a canon arc later down the line that we will rant about in full. Wait for it.
wonder if its dub will be better than this one though, because this dub was rough. Anyway,
Yeah, it's very underrated.
yeah, we're gonna get mileage out of that one. Hope we didn't underrate anyone out there. Because even if you hollify again,
You'll still be watching this video.
well, we're gonna go get ready to battle the next set of Bleach, I guess. Which will be episodes 190 through 212, where we get some pendulum shit going on and a few Spada fights to boot. Yep, we're getting back to canon material. Oh, and tip if you're watching with us on Hulu and everywhere else. 190 starts off as a recap episode. It's not. Around, 7 or 8 minutes in, it goes to new content, so don't skip over it. Just fast forward through, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't have a point something after it. It's not going to be a full recap episode.
God, recap episodes are fucking garbage. And we gotta sit through all the recap too, man, to hear if the narrator fucks up again.
Yeah, but he'll babble on.
Anyway. Okay, now that we've done this whole long-ass overview of this arc, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and hope you all enjoyed.
Just remember, don't let your monkey itches on your stapler.
Kummy's the cum monkey. I'm gonna miss him. He was a really silly little pet.
Yeah, you probably should have carpet trained him.
Well, whatever. At least we never have to see Amagai or Amagay, whatever the fuck his name is, stupid face again. Yes,
So
I had to get
sad.
one in there at least, Dylan's. Anyway, till next time, guys. We'll see you later. Bye! Till next time. Ichigo!